Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. We love to support the youth of our community and all of the exciting things that they do here in Park City, and none more so than the Park City Robotics team, which is in their second year, and I am joined by some incredibly talented young people as well as their coaches, Pam Ginn and Gail Stucker. Good morning. So let me have you introduce the kids.
I'm Tabitha.
I'm Jocelyn.
I'm Danny.
I'm Kesha.
I'm Sawyer.
Abby. Jaren. Emma.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here on this early Thursday morning. So I want to start with you two about how the robotics team really came to Park City.
Well, it's been an interesting journey. We actually founded this team in Kentucky 4 years ago, but then moved it to Utah with us 2 years ago and recruited folks that we knew who were here.
And recruited some very talented young people. So this started, we're here to talk about a community project. So the base of this was to identify a problem in the community and then how you could come up with a creative solution to solve it. Tell us a little bit about the process of how you came to the For the Love of the Dogs community and wildlife.
Well, we were actually tasked, the theme this year is animal allies, and so we actually have to figure out a problem between animals and people. And so we brainstormed. We really wanted to do mountain lions for a long time, but we settled on dogs.
I like mountain lions. And do you guys all have dogs, I'm assuming? Some, yes? Yeah, so we all know the problems, right? Okay.
And so as we thought about that, we were aware that Park City's just had a lot of negative incidents between dogs off leash and people. We actually got in touch with Clay Coleman from the Summit County Animal Control. He came and interviewed with us, gave us a lot of great information about what's been going on and what they have tried already.
Yeah, and there have been some issues with leash laws, and it's been on the ballot and designated areas, and I know that's something that we all love our four-legged family members here in Park City, and that's been a real problem. But you are trying to do something creative about it.
The goal is to improve interactions between humans and animals. And that's what the project aspect of this robotics competition is. And that's what's difficult or interesting with the whole...
We'll say challenging. How about that?
Well, it's a robotics competition, right, but this is the research aspect. So for the research, we did a survey monkey, which Tabitha and her mom spent a ton of time. They created 10 questions that the members of our community came and answered online, and through that we went, oh, people have a very different perspective, and it was very polarized.
Really?
Yes, dramatically so.
And Tabitha, you had over 200 responses to this.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So tell us about the results. If they were polarizing, what were the two spectrums?
Well, almost everyone was local, and over half have dogs. And then we discussed, why don't you leash your dog? And do you know it is a law? And yet the last question was, well, has anyone had a negative experience with a dog off leash? And 50% have.
Really?
50% of the respondents have had a negative experience with a dog in public.
Okay.
And that's the technical term.
There can be lots of different variations of what people consider negative, sure.
So most of the people want to keep their dog off leash because they really feel like it's better for the animal. But our last question was, does it improve the community? And that is where 65% of our respondents said no.
Okay.
So how can we change the perspective?
How can you do it? So where does this go from here for the robotics team now that you have the data?
So we have gone with an information campaign, and we have 3 different posters that we have mocked up, and Hannah Stout volunteered her time, and she's a graphic designer, and she did
I love it.
this.
I love
so
the leash and the tail.
Awesome. So the 3 posters, Jocelyn, do you want to explain one of the posters? Okay, so we have really the biggest problem is the dogs need exercise, but people don't know where they can get the exercise. So, you know, without having the dogs off leash. So we have listed the dog parks. We have listed the off-leash areas, and as we talked to a trainer, we talked to a dog trainer, and the dog trainer's name is Amy Francis. And so Amy Francis was incredibly valuable for us. And she indicated that doggy
daycare, it's huge in Park City.
But it's the best way to wear your dog out. Better
Yes,
than
it is.
running off leash.
I can attest to that. Yes, they come home and nap for like 2 days. It's like taking them to preschool. So I want to talk to some of the kids and just hear how, I love to hear the stories of why you chose robotics, how you got involved in it and what appealed to you.
Well, first it was the robot. I really enjoyed building and I enjoyed programming and I liked the challenge. And then it became a whole lot more than that. It became the project and core values and all of those really fun things that are really challenging, but you get to build up as a team. They're really fun to do, and it's a really ingenious way of getting kids excited to do all of these fun things like building robots or coming up with innovative ideas to solve a problem.
I love it, and there seems to be a really big group camaraderie. And may I also point out, I am loving that the majority of this group are young ladies in the robotics. I think, and especially with the popularity of STEM classes and how important it is to have that become more prevalent in our school systems. What a fantastic addition to Park City. What made you choose the robotics team?
Well, mostly Emma had been telling me a lot about.
Good job, Emma, convincing her.
Telling me a lot about it, and it sounded really interesting. So I really wanted to just try it out, I guess.
Sure, absolutely. And good for you for trying something outside your comfort zone, maybe doing something differently. And now look at this amazing work you guys are doing. So this is only the second year. I expect you all are campaigning a lot to have more kids join for year 3 and year 4.
Well, there's actually a limit of 10 per
Okay.
team.
Wow.
And so we're fairly full.
You're close.
Yeah.
You're close.
So we could have 2 more.
There may be a few more spots open. You've got room for a couple more. This is exciting. So, and let me just find out where you guys go to school. We like to give little shouts out to the school and your teachers for being so wonderful.
Well, I am homeschooled actually,
Are you really? Wow, that's
Me too.
Are you? Fantastic. Well,
And
then I'm going to
she
give a
is my
shout out to
teacher,
your mom
my
and
mom.
dad because they're the ones doing a double duty job right now. Absolutely. That's great. And where do you find some of the other students? Where are you guys going to school?
Homeschool too?
Homeschool too? Oh my goodness. Wow. So moms and dads, congrats to this. What about the rest of you?
Parley's.
Farley's?
I'm homeschooled.
Homeschooled? Good.
Rocky Mountain Middle School.
Rocky Mountain. We love Rocky Mountain.
I'm homeschooled.
Homeschooled. Okay. And
I go to Timpanogos Intermediate School.
Timpanogos Intermediate. So it's really a mix, basically 50-50 of homeschooled and not. Do you think there's something that appeals to this, or you were able to recruit more kids that weren't in traditional school settings?
I think we had some connections already within the team and among
Right.
members due to some work that the husbands do together.
Okay.
So we had some natural
So it was all in
connections.
the family. It ran in the family. I love it. So what's the next step if people want to support the team, come out and support this fantastic initiative? What should we do? The robot. Oh, and we want to talk about the robot as well. We have a video, so we can hopefully show that over while we're chatting, because I think, like you said, that was one of the highlights to do it, right? Is to build the robot. Here you can see. We can watch right now. And is this something that you guys, that's so cool.
So basically, we have a 4 by 8 foot board that the robot has to do a number of different missions on. So the kids have to decide what missions to choose and how to do it. It's very problem solving oriented.
Wow, look at this.
But this is actually only 1/4 of the challenge for the year, the robot. Another quarter is the project. Another quarter is being able to talk about why you designed the robot. And the last quarter is really core values. The organization FIRST, which stands for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology, is about promoting problem solving for the next generation. So, but in a very well-rounded way with character as well as brains.
Well, I could think of a more inspirational theme for young people to be problem solvers for the future. This is fantastic. And how often do you all meet?
Once or twice a week.
So this is a commitment. You guys, wow, this is
And
fantastic.
we'll compete in January down at Salt Lake Community College with a whole number of other teams.
Oh goodness. All right, well, you'll have to come back and tell us how you did. I have a feeling from this group it's going to be a pretty successful day. All right. Well, Pam, Gail, thank you so much for being here. And good luck to all of you. And congratulations on For the Love of Dogs, Community, and Wildlife. I love it, and the logo is perfect. I love the logo. We're going to take a quick break here on the Mountain Morning Show. We're going to be back with more news stories, a full check of the weather, and of course, more guests right after this.